Hi boys and girls. Today we're going to read a story together. It's in our blue reading books, and as you can see down here at the bottom of my page, I'm on page 92. Okay, so I hope you can see me okay. Hope you can see my book okay. Go ahead and pause me to grab your book to turn to page 92 if you need to. Alright, first thing I want to point out today is that we're going to read this story so that we can understand it. Okay, when we understand what we read, we call it comprehension. Can you say that with me? We'll say, I can understand what I read. That's called comprehension. Ready? I can understand what I read. Okay, I can understand what I read. That's called comprehension. So when we read a story, it's important, like we've been practicing all year, to know how to understand it and understand what happens, and then also be able to retell a story from beginning to middle to end in sequence so that it makes sense to people. Okay, hopefully you are turned to page 92 now. The story that we're reading together is called The Class Pet, and it's by Nicole L. Shields. Our Class Pet story is actually an expository text. If you remember that fancy word expository, it's another word for nonfiction. Nonfiction means real. Fiction fake, nonfiction real. Okay, expository text tells about real people, places, and animals. This selection is about how mice grow and change. So there you go. What do you think we're going to be reading about today? Mice. All right. Let's go ahead and begin. I'm going to do my best to keep my face out of the way of the book, especially on the pages we are reading. Okay. So first we have our first page, page 94. Get your reading finger ready. We're going to read the words as best we can or follow along quietly in a whisper read with me. Miss Ford takes a glass box to school. This will be a house for our class pet, Miss Ford tells the class. I bet those classmates are feeling excited. They're going to have a class pet, and she has this big glass box. The pet is a cute tan mouse. The class names it Dory. Miss Ford teaches lessons on pets. She uses Dory in these lessons. So you can see she's teaching the kids using some lessons about Dory. Let's see what else they do with Dory. Oh, a little more information about Dory maybe. Okay, starting at the top, up here. Here we see Dory. Dory is tan, but mice can be black, white, or brown. Mice can have stripes or spots too. Way down here at the bottom. Mice can have stripes or spots too. So this is telling us how mice can look. It's giving us information about them. Now I'm going to the top of page 97. Mice need to eat and drink. Pet stores may sell seed mixes or hard pellets. But mice will eat all sorts of things, such as corn and nuts. Okay, so that page gives us some information about what mice, what they eat, yes, or drink. It says pet stores may sell seed mixes or hard pellets, so you could buy those things. But mice will also eat all sorts of things like corn and nuts. Yes, you got it. Good job. Let's see what else we learn about Dory and her mice mates. Mice like to run and jump late at night. It is time for them to sleep when the sun rises. So they go to sleep at daytime, right? The sun rises in the morning. That's morning for us. We're waking up. We're getting ready for the day. But when the sun comes up or sun rises for mice, it's time for them to go to sleep. Mice use torn cloth and cotton to make nests. Mice that live outside use grass and branches. So some mice live outside in the wild, right? Some mice can be pets. So they might use different things to build their nests. Why would a mouse need a nest? I thought only birds need nests. Birds need nests. Let's see if they tell us more about those nests. Look. Wow, reading finger ready. Let's read about it. A mom can have lots of very small mice. 10 of them can be born at the same time. They nap in a nest, and when the mice are born, they have no fur. These mice cannot see yet. So look at those mice. There's a lot of them, aren't there? And they certainly don't really look like a mouse, do they? Not yet. I wonder if we learn more about the babies. Oh, there's a nice big picture of a baby mouse. For a short time, small mice cannot eat seeds. They just sleep and drink milk. Time passes and small mice get fur. I'm on page 103 now. More time passes and small mice can see. Excuse me. They can be away from the nest. Okay, so when they're babies, babies, they have to stay in that nest. Okay? As they start to get older, they get, as time passes, small mice get fur. So they get fur. More time passes and they can see. Then, once they can see, they can be away from that nest. These mice can eat seeds and nuts like their mom. So now I see those babies look a little different, don't they? They go from this to this. Pretty amazing. Miss Ford tells the class that mice like what? Friends. She tells the class that Dory wishes for one. Oh, Dory wants a friend. The next week, Miss Ford takes a box from her car. In it is a... Oh, I blocked you off from the words. Let me read that page over again. The next week, Miss Ford takes a box from her car. In it is a mouse. The class names it Cory. Dory and Cory become friends. Neat. So we learned a lot of things about mice there. Can you think of one thing we learned about mice? On this page, I learned they like to have a friend, or maybe more than one friend. Okay, we learned a lot about when they're babies. What's something you learned about baby mice? There were a couple of pages about babies. They nap in their nest. They only drink milk, right? They don't eat seeds or corn yet. They can't do what? Can't see. Let's see, what else did we learn? Ooh, we learned here that they like to sleep when what? When it's daytime. And they use things that they can find. Over here, we learned they use things they can find to make nests. And then this page, we talked about what they eat. Right? What types of things do the mice like to eat? Do you remember? Corn, nuts, seeds, or something called hard pellets. It's almost like, it's like they take food and they pack it into these little teeny, they're not all teeny, but sometimes they're little teeny tiny crunchy bits that the mice can eat. And then we also learned all the different ways that mice can look on the outside. So tons of facts about mice in our story, The Class Pet. Hope you enjoyed. I wonder if any of my first graders want to have a mouse as a pet yet. Well, go ahead and head over to Seesaw now, boys and girls, and you will show me what you know about the mice story we just read. Thanks for reading with me. See you soon.